Hi, welcome to the MCB Community Update. I'm your host, Eric Joseph, Executive Director of the Audible Local Ledger, part of the Massachusetts Audio Information Network, or MAIN, which provides reading services across the state of Massachusetts to people who are blind or print disabled. The MCB Community Update will interview Commissioner John Oliveira quarterly, and it will speak with other members of the MCB to find out more about the services and support that MCB offers the blind community. We welcome feedback and any suggested questions that you might want asked. Now, here is this month's MCB Community Update. Hello, Commissioner. How are you this morning?
Good morning. How are you? How's everyone doing out there today?
I'm great. And it's time for our quarterly update. So, without further ado, how about what's been going on? The past couple months, what's happening now, what's going to happen in the future? How are we looking?
You think I have my crystal ball out here, don't you? Well, I'll tell you what's been going on at MCB. Everything is going well. We are involved in a lot of different projects that I'll talk about, and we'll bring folks up to date here. So the main topic right now is our state budget, and we did very well as far as coming out of the governor's budget, and we have done well. The House has it now, and then there's amendments being put forth and that sort of thing that goes on during the development of the state budget. And so we will wait to see what comes out of that. And I had to testify in front of the committees, the joint committees, the House Ways and Means, and the Children, Families, and Disabled Persons committees. And so we took some questions and gave the legislators some answers, and went very well. There's appeared to be no major issues. We did have some meetings with the legislators beforehand to answer any questions they might have had. So one of the senators wanted to have a chat. So we always welcome those, and we're always open to chatting with any members of the legislators who are interested in learning more about MCB. And so we are, it's quite a process, the budget process. So the other major issue that some of our listeners, viewers may be interested in is the federal issue that's going on. Mm-hmm. With a lot of I guess, confusion and a lot of misreporting or by the media or whatever sources they use to get their data. So to this point, MCB has been fortunate not to be impacted by anything that's going on at a federal level so far. We just received the balance of our vocational rehabilitation grant, just came in Tuesday, and so we're loading that into our system, and that'll take care of our vocational side of the agency until probably next calendar year. So we were very happy that came in without any issues. A lot of agencies have been fearful about these different federal grants. And granted, many of the state agencies, many state programs are receiving cuts. Fortunately, the vocational rehabilitation program in our state did not receive any cuts at this time. And but it's always a challenge, and next federal fiscal year is going to be another challenge. So since there's so much sort of a lot of news that are put out there that sometimes is correct and sometimes is walked back, and a lot of a lot of I don't know, a lot of just noise. And if you react to all that noise, you'll be reacting every day to something different. So you just have to sit back and sort of keep a positive attitude, and hopefully things will be squared away by next fiscal year, and we'll be doing well on the federal side. They actually
Congratulations. That's great news.
Yeah.
That's really, really terrific news, because a lot of uncertainty is out there, and you're able to say it worked out okay for us this so far, which
So
is
far,
terrific.
yes. There's
Terrific.
always there's always something that can happen,
Yeah.
but we're in the process of loading the paperwork that's needed, and then we'll be in the process of drawing down as we spend the funds. And
Excellent.
but I haven't heard from any other agencies that around the country that had any problem receiving it. The email was sent to all vocational rehabilitation agencies. And it appears that most, well, again, I haven't heard any. I haven't heard of anyone that did not get what they were supposed to receive. So the email went out to us in an email blast to the different agencies around the 50 states, territories. So therefore, we're doing well. We'll cross our fingers and keep hoping that things will continue to go well for all of us.
Were the legislators equally, when you spoke with them, were they uncertain about things, or were they feeling like we're going to wait and see, just be patient, try not to react minute to minute because it'll drive you crazy, just stay the course and let's see how things, unfold and hopefully work out? Or were
So
they
we,
more
yes,
upset?
we didn't talk about actually any of the federal stuff, other than to say that there was a lot of uncertainty going on.
Okay.
But it was more of it regarding the state, any state issues that they might have had questions about, and those were dealt with, and so we're continuing forward with that.
Gotcha.
So on the another thing going on here at MCB is that I had the opportunity to go to Washington recently with several staff members, and we presented to the other state agencies from around the country. It was a national conference that happens semi-annually, that the different agencies come together and learn about what they may be doing in their states that might be of interest to the folks they serve. We also get to hear from the Rehab Service Administration, and talking about they're the folks who give us the vocational rehab grant. They come by and give some presentations on reviewing our data collectively and see how we're doing around the country and compared to other states. And we had a chance to chat with them. They didn't answer any questions, obviously, and some folks did try to ask some questions, but they're not at liberty to really discuss that. And then, within a couple of days, here comes the email saying that we're all getting the grant money that's owed to us, or that's coming to us. So that was, but it's always good to meet with them at those conferences. They always come and talk about the data they collect from the agencies from around the country. Every quarter, we have to file a report with that agency showing the progress that the agency is doing. And so they collect that from all the agencies and put it on a dashboard, and then talk about the different areas of concern that they have, and point out that certain agencies, they don't call you out, but you can tell on the chart if they point something out that if your agency's names are there. And fortunately, we were in good shape, and we had nothing to be pointed out about.
Good. Were there any trends and insights that they were, any trends or insights that they were sharing that seemed to be common across the agency that was insightful for you?
Well, it's not something that we didn't know, but the trend basically is that our Randolph Shepherd vending program
Hmm.
still has not recovered. As a matter of fact, they showed some numbers that they've lost a large number of vendors because of locations that were no longer viable for them financially. So a lot of them had dropped out of the program. Others had just retired. It got to that point where it's time to retire. So that was probably the biggest trend that um, we we see. The numbers are recovering as far as job placements. The numbers are back up to before pandemic, pretty much in most agencies. But it's the Randolph Shepherd vending program that has not returned. The number of open viable stands is much less than in just about every state. Um, there are some states that are doing better than others because they have different types of access to the different facilities. Some states can have commissaries in prisons, and they can have commissaries in college campuses, where in Massachusetts where we don't have access to those. So, so the federal buildings that we're losing because workers are staying home and not coming to the office, so the head count is down, and if the head count is down, obviously the purchasing power is down, and you can't sell to people when they're working at home. Although they still drink their coffee, they're not coming to your stand at the building to get it. So, therefore, that probably will never return to what it used to be until, or if folks ever come back to the buildings. And the trend is that that's happening in some states, but it's very slow, and we're still in a hybrid environment here, so it'll be quite a while if it ever returns to normal.
And listeners, just so you know, listeners, last month we actually our focus in MCB Community Update was on the vending facilities program with Ms. Karachik. So if you're interested in this subject, from what you're hearing from the commissioner, you can go back to that wherever you're seeing or listening to this. You can go back and hear that one as well if you want to get more information on that vending facilities program. Sorry, Commissioner, go on, please.
So when we were in Washington, our employment services team presented on the reverse job fair that we do here annually, and it's working out well. We're getting a decent number of placements out of it, and it was something that we thought we should share with other agencies in case they wanted to examine something like this. There's nothing different or new about job fairs. A lot of the agencies have them, but none of them have what we call the reverse job fair, where it's you present to the employers, um, and we do this virtually, so transportation is not an issue and that sort of thing. And then if the employers are interested in hearing more from you, they'll schedule a direct one-on-one interview with you, and for a particular job they may have, and they all get the resume up front so they know a bit about you, and then they get the chance to hear your elevator pitch about yourself, and if they're interested, then it moves forward. So that's been working out um, better than the old-fashioned job fair that you'd go from table to table, and they would ask you for resumes, and you'd hand them the resume, and then maybe they'd call you later, maybe they wouldn't. This was a different twist that we tried here, and it's getting more job placements than the old fashioned. So we wanted to introduce this to other agencies around the country so that if they felt was worthwhile they're doing, if they wanted to bump up their placement rates from regular than the regular conventional job fairs, then this would be this might be an option that they might want to do. Uh,
Terrific.
Also, in last month in March, I had an opportunity to attend the CSUN Technology Conference. It's California State University at Northridge, and had a chance to visit a lot of different um, booths of different technology, and I was able to test some new products there. And one of the products that I tested was a mobility aid called the Glide, and it's a product that's still being developed. It's not available for anyone to purchase yet. And but they were looking for areas to test. And they have a different model. Before they produce the product, they want to put it in the user's hands. And so they're going around the country to different cities, and Boston is where they're going to be stopping, one of those cities, and they're going to be letting some of our consumers come in and test the device. So once we put it out on our media channels, then it immediately filled up real quick, and so we don't have any slots available for any additional testers right now. But that'll be held here in Boston, and we'll continue to help out wherever we can, and if there's any other opportunities, we'll let folks know, and if they're interested in coming in, that would be great. But this particular session happening in the near future has been sold out, and they have all the folks they need for this particular visit.
And Commissioner, what is Glide? What is the actual innovation or technology? What does it do? How does it work?
Well, it's a product that takes place of your white cane, actually, and you hold it and you push it in front of you. It say your arm, your hand that's holding it is, say, in front of your right leg if you're right-handed, and you're moving it forward like you're pushing I guess a vacuum cleaner, and it has cameras placed on it, and it will stop. So you use an app, and you enter the data place where you want to go, and it communicates with your phone, and as you walk down the street, it starts turning to the right. You turn to the right. You just follow it and keep while you're pushing it. But it does the directions while it's moving around. And when it gets to a curb, it stops before the curb. So there's a curb coming up, and you roll it down, and then you roll it up on the sidewalk, and you continue to go forward with it. So again, it's a new concept in mobility. The people that are using it are finding it quite interesting, and so they're letting users use it, and then you have to have an interview with them after you're done using it, and tell them they have a series of questions they ask you, and to get feedback on what you liked, didn't like, what was useful, what wasn't, so they're developing the product based on all these field tests that they're doing around the country. So it's an interesting way to do a product. At least you're getting a lot of feedback from your end users. They're going to be buying it. So it's a work in progress, and we'll see how it moves forward. They've pre-sold some to some individuals who like to be the first ones out there with the new items. So those have been sold, and when it's ready to go to market, those will be the first people that receive the shipment, and then we'll go forward from there. But it's quite interesting, and it does do a good job from my testing part of it, and I've only tested it indoors, so they're about ready to do the outdoor stuff coming up soon. So I'm not sure if our users will have a chance to do just indoors, or they'll have a chance to do outside yet. I don't know where the development is as far as that goes.
Did they give you any idea of cost? Like, is this going to be it's too early, they haven't decided that yet, or
yeah, there's a ballpark cost. It'll be probably over $1,000, so it's not going to be something that you just buy and not use. If you're going to invest that kind of money, it's something that you're really going to use. And so again, it takes place of your white cane. You don't have to use the white cane if you use this mobility aid. but some people are very fine using the white cane, and it's
Mhm.
much more economical. And so it's going to be for someone who is more on it, because you do have to work your iPhone or your smartphone with it. So you have to have some technical ability, and you have to understand how this device is going to how to work and how it's going to move along. So
Very cool.
yeah,
Sounds very, very
it's,
cool, very innovative and
yeah,
very
it's quite
hopeful.
interesting. Mhm. And so there's one other issue that when I want to bring up here.
Okay.
This afternoon, I was meeting with the staff here at the agency, and we're going to talk about our our move to a new location. We've been talking about moving,
Oh,
and now as we get close to May, um, the wheels are turning. We're meeting bi-weekly on this. All the agencies involved in the move are now actively meeting, and there's things happening. There's a lot of cleanup going on, um, a lot of records management going on, and a lot of
mhm.
digitizing. So there are lots of things happening, and we're pretty much kicking it into high gear here at MCB. So, and this will be going out to our registered consumers here at the agency. Communications will be reaching out to them with a message about this information. So we will be moving to a new location in Boston, and for that, for a period of time, uh, from May 30th is the last day that we staff will have access to the Boston office. So therefore, we will be moving, and the Boston office will not be available for staff to come in or for consumers to drop in. So all of our work will have to be done uh, either through online or through different platforms that we've been using for Zoom and in some cases Teams. But our counselors, our social workers, our rehab teachers, our mobility instructors, our tech people will continue to visit people in their homes as they do now. So that will continue, or visit wherever that they choose to visit if it's not in their home. Um, and so that those services will continue. MCB is fully operational. Uh, all staff will continue to have their regular meetings with their supervisors and managers using the remote options available. All staff have mobile phones, so everyone will be able to reach their counselors or their workers on the phone by calling directly. And by now, many of them have their direct numbers already and
Mhm.
have been working with them. And our phone line will be answered, the main line, and if someone is calling that main number, we'll be answering that. And we'll be able to route you um, to the individual that you need. Our email is still going to be answered as it is now, so continue to reach out to us by email if that's what you choose to do. So MCB is operational. We are working. We are here for you. We're here to serve whatever needs you may have. We're delivering the services that we normally deliver, and we'll be looking forward to meeting any consumers that come in to our new office in middle of July. So
Do you
we'll
know where that is yet, Commissioner? Have
yeah
sites been chosen?
yeah it's been chosen. The construction's going on right now.
Okay.
It's on Broad Street. It's right near the aquarium, and we'll be sending out information with directions how to get there by the MBTA and all those sort of things as we get a little closer.
Great.
We just don't need people to go there now looking for MCB
Mhm.
because we're not there yet. So we will be there soon. The rest of the agencies here in our building are moving over there also. So um, we're all going to be occupying the building on the same date, and the construction is going on the three different floors that we're occupying, the various agencies. So, and MCB will have our portion of the floor, and we'll have all the facilities. I'm told there's going to be a lot of new facilities that we'll be able to use as far as technology goes, and we'll see how it all works out. It's all going to be
Perfect. Good luck with that. Hope it all goes very smoothly. And again, the message we're saying is absolutely open for business. Absolutely, all the services are still being supplied. That this is really continuation of efforts. It won't change for you.
correct.
Okay,
The
great.
office is moving. Just the building in Boston, 600 Washington, will not be available to receive visits from individuals that like to drop by, and there's only a small number that do. But those visits can certainly be managed. The worker going out to their home or to their place of choice, and we're delivering all our services, and phone lines will be open, and we can handle any situations that come up, and we'll still be issuing the certificates of blindness and other types of documents, the travel IDs. If we have one on file, we can certainly do that through the mail. So we'll keep our services going, and that's the very big move, very big news on that move. And people have been, I know we've been talking about it and sort of hinting on it, but now we actually have more details that we can share with folks. And like I said, this will be going out from our communications folks, and we post it on our website and all other forms that we distribute. And I'm sure over at the radio reading service, you'll have even some information if you want to pass it out to individuals or let individuals hear about it. But we are here, we're open, and continue to reach out to us as we make our move in the month of June.
Yes, we will promote it. Absolutely. We'll put some public service announcements in. It'll be heavily probably aired throughout the state. Updates.
Well, this doesn't impact Springfield or New Bedford. This impacts only those who are served by the Boston office or programs. So again, it's going to impact anyone who drops by the office to do something, but it will not impact anybody at all if you don't never come to the office. If you live in Boston, if you never come in, it's fine. You're getting the services from our staff or remotely. Everything works out or through the mail, and that will still continue. So it'll be Springfield we have our Springfield office fully open, fully operational, and nothing changed there. So it's really individuals who really come to the Boston office directly, but those who don't, who just receive services in their home, they should not have any issue at all with this move.
Thanks for clarifying that.
And as far as the rest of things going on, we continue to do our work here at MCB, where we're starting to plan for our internship program. And that's our opening ceremony. There's a soft skills session going on this morning for those who are participating in the internship program. That's a in-person session. They're coming into our office and meeting with staff, and they're delivering the session, the soft skills training, and we'll be doing the opening ceremony virtually in June, and then be holding the closing ceremony at the State House as we usually do sometime in August. So we'll talk more about that as we get closer. And the internship program is held basically to celebrate the accomplishments of our students who are interns, have been placed throughout the state in a variety of for-profit, non-profit government agencies, state, federal, and municipal, and we get together in August to celebrate the completion of that, and to thank all of our employer partners and interns for participating in the program and continuing to build onto their resume.
Oh, well, great. And thank you, Commissioner. There was a lot of information in this update and a lot of very good information. And we have a big scoop. We've been waiting on something to happen, and here we are able to reveal it, which is terrific. So thank you for your time. Thank you for the information. We always enjoy this a great deal. And listeners, again, if you are tuning in, you can go back and hear all of our interviews on YouTube or on your podcast favorite broadcaster. You can also listen to any of the Massachusetts Audio Information Network broadcasters to hear this particular podcast. And we enjoy doing them. We hope you enjoy them as well. Thank you again, Commissioner. We'll talk to you in a couple of months.
Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.